finals week and just, closing out the semester. Of course, the semester has been absolutely just unimaginable, and we are exhausted, all of us, and rightfully so. Just a lot has been going on, as you very well know. But I'm very proud of all my students and the work that they've done, and despite the odds and trying to, particularly those of you who are learning how to teach in this time when we're learning online, and, the work that you've had to do in this situation it's just been difficult. And that's not lost on me. So I appreciate your dedication. I appreciate the work that you put in, and I truly believe that you are going to make a very important contribution to your students' lives. And so thank you for that. I also want to acknowledge and just thank, my family. It's because of you I've really been able to sustain the semester and this time, and I just recognize it's been just so long since many of us have seen each other, so I miss you all incredibly a lot. I am praying for everyone's health and safety, and that we all take good care of ourselves, and I feel, we are blessed at this moment. I'm cautiously optimistic about the vaccine, so I'll just leave it at that. This episode is exciting. It's actually an interview that I did with Tanishia Littlejohn. Tanishia is actually, we call her Pooh, so she might be called Tanisha at work, but we don't call her that. We call her the Pooh. The nickname comes from Winnie the Pooh. She had a lot of Winnie the Pooh, just everything when she was a little girl and a baby. So everyone started calling her that, and we all call her that to this day. She is a mother, and we talk a lot about the work that she had to do with her son, who at the time when we spoke was in 4th grade. He's in 5th grade. He actually just had his 11th birthday, so happy birthday, PJ. His birthday was December 1st, and she has been spending the time educating him at home, and we just talk about that and what that was like and that experience of homeschooling because of school closure. So we actually interviewed in the summer, and this was right after the very beginning of one semester when we first had the virus. So this interview took place in the summer, and she was one of the first persons that I talked to. So we'll get a chance to hear from her about that experience. And I think it's important for us to know what it's like for people to actually have to take the time to teach their kids at home, and especially those of us who normally, in this case, who does retail. So her job was closed, and so she was at home. Now she's back at work, and there's always that fear of just being at work during this COVID experience. So hopefully everyone stays safe, and I'm hoping she stays safe, and I hope that you will learn a lot from listening to her. This interview is nice, short, and sweet, and so I think you will enjoy it. If you like this episode, please subscribe to our podcast and continue to listen, learn, and amplify with us.
All right, I'm so excited. Welcome, Pooh. It's so good to see you.
Hi.
All right, so let's start with, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Let's see. I'm the one and only the Pooh. Yeah, so living from Jersey to South Carolina, now in Vegas, which is my home now, with little Mr. PJ and Patrick. So now I'm the only one left over here in Vegas. Mama's back east. But at least I have you guys, my next door neighbors.
Yes, yes, yes. West Coast crew. We're the West Coast crew.
Yeah, no, right.
So can you tell us about so you have a son who, how old is PJ?
PJ's 10.
10. And you were homeschooling him, right?
Since, since March.
So can you talk about that? Like, what was that like?
Well, he wasn't too happy with it because he rather be around his friends and teacher and inside of a class where he can actually play with his friends. Yeah. But now it's like he at home, he can only like see them. I think they did it once a week was a video, or what was that class, dojo or duo? And they meet once a week, which is not the same.
Yeah. So how did you entertain him like the rest of the time?
It was hard, but we kept buying him stuff. We ended up buying him computers so he can learn on it and keep up with his teacher in class. He ended up getting what was it? I found a lot of stuff off of Pinterest that helped out a lot, which is pretty cool.
Like what? Like what? Can you give an example of something you found on Pinterest?
For Pinterest, they had like a lot of 4th grade stuff, which was math, more social studies. And then I did like a little bit of regular social studies, and then I did the Black people social studies. Because, he ain't going to get it in school, so you got to get it from home. So I did both of them. So what kind of things did you talk about and teach him about his history from that you learned on Pinterest, for example? Well, I did what was it? Darn it. I had printed out the June 19th stuff, but that was like even out of school, not in school. The in school part, I did like where the plantation and stuff. I learned about Louisiana since that's where his dad family's from. So he don't remember because he at that age they still forget. But I went a little bit back on it and talked to him about it. But if we ask him now, he gonna be like, I don't know, Mom. That's just how he's gonna answer it. So no matter what I'm learning him now, he be like, Mommy, I don't know it. I forget it. So I have to, even like now, I'm still like putting him to work at school. Right now, he's doing his math. Did you learn any of your like Black history in school, like yourself? Honestly, I can't remember. I don't, Oakcrest, no, back in New Jersey. But Pleasantville, yes, because Pleasantville was more like a Black and Spanish or, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, and school like that. But Oakcrest was the white school, so they barely taught us. They taught us Martin Luther King, which you already know about. Yeah. And then, which I didn't care for their social studies, so I don't think I did too well in their social studies. But ours, the Pleasantville one, I was fine. Yeah. Yeah. So then so that's one of the reasons why you want your son to learn it, because you didn't experience that yourself. Right. Yeah. Because like my mom, she said they taught her in, down south. But it depends on what school or what side of town you go to, you learn a little bit more. Yeah, that's right. And you've lived in the South and in Jersey and then now in Nevada. And so, and you're figuring out that in Nevada schools, they're not talking about it. The older you get, according to my friends, like my one friend, she's in her 40s. She said she learned a lot more of our history when she went to school. But the school that PJ's at now, he's not getting enough of it. Yeah. Yeah. So how does he respond to it? Does he enjoy learning it? He was like still trying to understand it, but I teach him little by little. Yeah. And like when we do words and definitions, I make him look up like what's the definition of slavery. And you're like, okay, I remember that, or I remember what you said and this and that, because you got to teach him little by little. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I remember that you sent me a picture of PJ holding a Constitution, right? So what was that, for a class, or like why'd you guys give him a Constitution? Well, his dad ended up buying it once all that Black Lives Matter protesting started going on, and he wanted PJ to know that he got rights. He's like, he ain't gonna study it now because he's little, but when he gets older, he can know and learn more about it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, what is this, Mom? So we also bought him the what is that book? The Amendment book. He can also learn about his rights to go with it.
Amendments. Like you bought him a book of the amendments. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We found it on Amazon, so we said, okay, we can get that.
Yeah.
And we made him write it down. We didn't make him write down the big paragraphs, but you know, the first through 15, we made him write those down so he can know his rights.
Wow. Wow. So then, like when you, I saw also that you actually, the three of you, PJ and Patrick, his dad, you went to a protest, a Black Lives Matter protest recently.
It was we did the June 19th one. We didn't make it to the Black Lives Matter one, but everybody was still wearing their Black Lives Matter shirt. I Can't Breathe shirt. It was like relaxing to get out the house, but peaceful, and I wanted to teach him.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you talk about it, like the protest and like why you were, or the event? I know you said you taught him about Juneteenth.
I did little by little. Like I be trying, because his dad be like, don't teach him, you know, too much of it, because I don't want him to stop being friends with other races, but he still got to know about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he got a best friend now that's, you know, Caucasian. So let's say we still be his friend, because he's not different. He's the same.
Yes. Right. So like, but when does he know anything about like the violence, the police violence and stuff like that?
We made him watch some of it. We made him watch the George Floyd one. He didn't do the Aubrey, but I watched that one. But once the protests and coming on, he started asking like more questions about it. So we had to explain it to him in a good way, but in the bad way, you know, so he can learn.
So what'd you say?
Because he's like, because I know he said about why the cops did that to him, Mom. But I was like, well, you got to remember, not all cops are bad, but not all cops are good. That's how. So when you get pulled over, you got to listen. You know, they ain't going to care about you, but you must know your rights. You also have rights as well. So always remember that. But we also told them something happened, make sure somebody's video recording you. Yes. That way it can get out. That's what we told him too.
Wow. And he's like 10. This is so hard. This is hard. This is like the conversation you have to have. It just breaks my heart, like, you know, that we have to deal with this, and like that our kids, you know, we have to have these conversations. Like, you know, I remember coming down to Vegas to help you like plan for your baby shower and all this stuff. and, you know, and this is sad. It's sad.
And now he's 10.
He's 10, and yeah, that's crazy.
I know, like I was telling Mom, like even before all of this started, he was outside one day, and you have, you know, a black guy arguing with an old white man, not the younger white guy, but I guess their dad, whatever. And then I was in my house, and the kids was outside playing, and you can hear the old white guy calling him, you know, get out of here, you nigger. He said it just like that. And I was like, what'd he say? And all the kids came running in the house saying what he said. And then he was like, and the guy said, look around you, you in our neighborhood, why don't you get out of here? And then he ended up calling him, you know, the cracker. I was telling my mom about that. I was like, that was his first time probably hearing that, besides, you know, rap songs. Yes.
And that's crazy that, you know, because like even I was talking to Dougie, and he was talking about how this white woman was calling him and his friends the N-word and stuff like that. And it's he's gonna, it's in the episode 3 that's airing tonight. But yeah, he said that she chased them and she was calling them, it's like F you niggers and stuff like that. And it's like, this is like, I just wish this was something that wasn't what's happening, you know? Yeah,
you got to retrain our kids and everything else.
Yes, we do. Because this is what they have to go through and what we have to go through. So have you had a negative experience with the police?
I had one, and I actually forgot about it, but my mama reminded me because I had to pay a ticket for it. And it was also a weekend. It was busy on the strip, in the middle of the strip. I'm not the only car here, but they figured because we Black and we had a Mustang. Back then, Patrick had a Mustang. I was driving. Patrick wasn't driving, but my music was loud. 2 other cars beside me was loud, but they gave me a ticket. They didn't give a warning, but they gave a ticket. And that was my first one getting the ticket. I was like, not even a warning. And he was like, you only did that because we Black. We know DWD. We know why you gave us the ticket. And it wasn't even that loud. I was like, really, for music?
Wow.
Not speeding because it was slow and busy.
Yeah.
But for music.
They gave you a ticket. Do you remember how much the ticket was for?
I can't even remember.
No.
I said, oh, so y'all can't give us a warning, but the guy right beside us was playing the music real loud too. So how you gonna sit here and give us the ticket when, 3 other cars was beside us?
Wow. That's crazy. Jeez. Man. All right. Well, let's, I know we started talking about like your family and you were sharing about PJ. I want to talk a little bit more about COVID-19 because I know you said you were homeschooling him for a couple months. How has it impacted you and your family?
I mean, I really don't mind it because I'm actually learning with him. The more, as long as you go on. But it's still kind of hard because you don't know what to teach him at what level. Because he's on, grade 4, you can only teach them so much.
That's right.
And then grade 5, we don't know what the heck we're teaching them unless we have to ask the teacher, can you print out what we need to know? Yeah. Which was she was helpful because he ended up getting all B's and 2 C's at the end of the year.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. And
he had bad grades at the beginning, but for the thing while he's out, he got B's and C's.
Wow. Yeah, because you have spent a lot of time teaching him.
Yeah.
So now what's going to happen? Because you're going back to work, and is he going back to school?
Not yet. He's doing it in August, but now because of TV and the COVID, they trying to switch it up and change it. But other parents are out there fighting for them. They still got to go to school. Otherwise, 3 days a week is not going to help. With other parents working, so we don't know what they're doing until later. Wow. But I still have him waking up at 8:30, hitting that book, sitting the computer, because I told him we got to learn more now. The virus messing it up. So. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then you're getting ready to go back to work too, right?
Wednesday.
Wow. Wednesday.
I've been out since March.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. March 13th. It was like Friday the 13th. I remember that day. I already knew when they was doing the meeting and they told us. I was like, I know. I seen it on the news.
But it's crazy too because the cases are going up in Nevada too, right? Like this.
Yeah, but not as much as Arizona. I think they say Arizona's ahead of us, but we still like in second place after everybody else, I'm assuming. Yeah. But now they made it mandatory just last week to make everybody wear masks, including tourists.
I've been watching like how on the news and all these people getting upset when they're told that they have to wear a mask, like in the store.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, because you work in like in retail, right?
Mm-hmm. And I want to post. I already put on Facebook. Y'all see me talk to me 12 feet back and wear a mask. Don't hug me. Don't touch me. Don't knuckle nothing.
That's right.
I told them they will get punched in the throat, so it won't be my fault. Mm-hmm. And they believe me too. That's the bad part.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's talk about family. So can you tell us how does share a family memory that means a lot to you, and why does this memory stand out for you?
Let's see. I actually like and miss our Thanksgiving days. Those was fun.
Yeah, me too.
Because it always been us out here.
Yeah.
And then once we had that tradition going on, everybody always came to see us for Thanksgiving, and then it was PJ's birthday. So So he got a little bit, we got a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Those are fun. But I also miss the East Coast life too, in a way, every time the holidays come around.
Yeah.
You do it yourself, so it was like, oh.
Yeah. I miss Thanksgiving. Yeah, I miss it too. Yeah. We did that for like 10 years. That was wonderful. That was truly great.
I tell my mom, I'm gonna go up to them people and tell them get out of the house. I went over there the other day. They didn't even change it. They kept it how it was.
Wow. So how would you describe your family to other people?
Oh, easy. We're fun. We're rainbow colors. And we're loud. And if you don't like us being loud, then we ain't one for you. And we're super goofy, but we also have a good time.
Yes.
And we will jump you when the come. That's how I describe it.
All right. What role does family play in your life and why?
I guess it plays a lot because everybody needs their family around. To help you teach you things, to help you grow. And I still learning stuff from y'all, so it's like it comes in handy.
Yeah. So who taught you to value family, and how did they teach you that?
Mama Dukes. She just said, you gotta cherish, keep your family. Family comes first, and
Yeah.
Some will turn on you, but some you know who to trust and call on at all times. You got those that will be good there for you, and then those you just know who to watch for.
Yeah,
which is true, and that's in everybody's family.
That's right. So who in the family has been your biggest teacher, and share something that they taught you that you'll never forget?
I have a few of y'all. Let me name it.
Yes.
Mama, G-Ma, Aunt Sherry, you, and Dina, because she used to be around me all the time too.
Yeah.
Mostly like my immediate ones. And everybody told me something different.
So what did you learn from your mom and from your G-Mom?
From Mom and G-Mom, just always be yourself, love others around you, respect people. They don't respect you back, then you ain't got to, still respect them, but walk away.
And what about Aunt Sherry and Dina?
Well, mostly Aunt Sherry, because I was around her too, growing up in Jersey. She told me how to, was it still with the family part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She told me the same thing. Just watch people around you. You could trust on people, calling your family if you need to call on them, or call and say hello. And she taught a lot. Because when I was in school, she helped me with a lot of my work. Yeah, what else? I don't know. She taught me how to be a woman basically too. Because most of the time my mom was working, so she stepped in and help her out as well. So I value that as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then, okay. And what about me? What did you learn from me?
But dude, you're teaching me all this stuff now. See? But I like your work because you teach me a lot too, and you keep it real. It's like, hey, we don't care about certain people. We can speak on it. Don't be shy to speak up on it because you gotta, they gotta know the truth and put it out there.
Yeah.
But before I didn't really speak on it. I don't put it on social media. So I be like, can I say this? If I say it, somebody's feelings gonna get hurt. But you be like, go ahead and speak on it. So I be like, okay, let's speak up on it. And when I speak up on it, that be the little devil. Like, okay, I gotta speak my this way. And then after I get in trouble, I just blame you for it. Like my auntie said, speak up on it. There you go.
Okay, so what do you want everyone to know about what it means to be a part of a Black family in America?
I actually love being Black. I wouldn't change it to nobody else, even though they always pick on us and say we something different, which I'm sure we probably are anyway, but I always claim being Black, nothing else. Whatever I'm mixed with is whatever. Yeah. But I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you,
Pooh. Black people ride.
Oh, that's so great. That's so great. All right, I love you.
Love you. Bye.